With Mancala, it can be seen as developing alongside that of agriculture, or at least proto-agriculture, for the sowing of seeds is a key element to the game. And since the earth was used in the game's early development, early agriculture can be seen with the game. On top of this, when a pit is cleared of its seeds, it can be compared to that of harvesting crops. But with most versions of Mancala, only a single plot, seen with the clearing of a single pit, is harvested. With that said, there are times where one can harvest more than a single plot at a time, reducing the time and effort one needs to put in order to reap the benefits. It's just a question of how to go about achieving this multiple harvest. Greetings and welcome to Checkpoint Gaming, Mancala. With this episode, we'll be going over Hawalis. With Hawalis, it is played upon a 4x7 grid, it comes with 56 pieces, and the board side that each player controls consists of 2 rows. With these rows, they consist of the outer row and the inner row, where the outer row is found right in front of the player, while the inner row is the next row upon the board. At the beginning of the game, 2 seeds are to be placed into each pit. With the game's objective, it is to capture all of the seeds found upon the opponent's side of the board. On their turn, each player is to sow their seeds, which is done in the following manner. Taking all of the seeds found within one of their pits that possess at least 2 seeds, the active player is to engage in sowing in a counterclockwise direction, starting with the pit found next to the pit that the player pulled from. When sowing, only a single seed is to be sown in each subsequent pit along the 2 rows found on their side of the board. With the last seed that is sown, if it's into an occupied pit, then the player is to take all the seeds found in said pit, including the seed that was just sown, and continue the sowing process. If the last sown seed lands within an empty pit, then the player's turn comes to an end. But if this given pit is located within the player's inner row, and the pit found next to it in the opponent's inner row is in possession of seeds, then the player is to capture all of the seeds found in their opponent's pit, removing them from the game. On top of this, if the pit found in the opponent's outer row that is part of the same column is in possession of seeds as well, then the player is to also capture and remove these seeds. It is worth noting that a player is allowed to pick up a seed from a pit that only contains a single seed in it, but this can only occur if they don't possess any other pits that are in possession of 2 or more seeds. In this situation, the player isn't allowed to move a single seed into that of a pit that is in possession of a seed. And if a player doesn't possess seeds found within any pits found on their side of the board, then said player has lost the game. So with that said, that is what you need to know about how to go about playing Hawalis. With that taken care of, we can start talking about how to go about playing Omweso. If you like this episode, feel free to give it a like. And if you want to stay up to date on any future episodes we upload, go ahead and subscribe. You can also support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/checkpointgaming. See you in the next episode and happy gaming.